Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's maths lesson. First reminder, please do go on Times Table Rockstars. It's really good practice, really important you learn that, and you can help your team in the Battle of the Bands. Now, today's lesson is all about symmetry. Symmetry is the idea that one half of the image is the reflection of the other half. So if you look over at this heart and you can see that line down the middle, that's called a line of symmetry. So imagine if that heart was folded in half and opened up again, you can see it's exactly the same on both sides. Again, you could put a mirror down that line of symmetry and look into it, and it would look like you're looking at the whole shape because both sides are exactly the same. Okay. Now you can see all the shapes there have lines of symmetry going vertically down the middle. Lines of symmetry can go in any direction, but remember that for it to be a line of symmetry, one half must be the same. Always remember, imagine you're folding it in half, opening it up. Is it the same on both sides? So I'd like you to look over at the shape of the man on the end there. Okay. And I'm going to draw another line. This time it's in the middle. It's going to be horizontally across. Okay. Now look at that line. Think to yourself, is that a line of symmetry? Okay. Now hopefully you've realized that it is not a line of symmetry because the two halves are quite different. The top half has his head and arms, but the bottom half has his legs. So they're not the same on both sides. So if you imagine you folded that man in half across the middle there, it's not the same on both sides. Okay, now lots of real life objects are symmetrical as well. If you look at that snowflake there, if we drew a line of symmetry down the middle, you can see that it would be the same on both sides. Again, another great example is this butterfly. And again, you can see there's a line of symmetry down the middle there. Sorry, that's not quite perfect. Let me fix that. Okay, and one side of the butterfly is the same as the other. It has the exact same colors, the same pattern, the same shape on each side. Okay, now let's look at the England flag. Okay, you will see lots of these at the moment with all the excitement of the Euros. Now, think to yourself, where are the lines of symmetry on that flag? Where could you fold it in half, open it up, and it would be the same on both sides? Okay, so there's one line of symmetry going vertically down there. If you folded it in half along that line, it's the same on both sides. Of course, there's also another one going horizontally across here. So if you folded that flag in half along that line and opened it up, that would also be a line of symmetry. Okay, so there's lots of lines of symmetry everywhere in our lives. Now, your task for today is to create a symmetrical picture. So what I would like you to do is get a piece of paper and fold it down the middle. So if you look at the screen, this is, let's imagine this is my piece of paper. Now, what you're going to do is create a lovely picture or a lovely pattern. Now, I'm going to start off, I think I might put a star on my picture. So I've got if you look, I can see I've got a star there. Now, if I put a star in that corner of the paper, well, for this to be a symmetrical picture, I'm going to need to put it exactly the same place on the other side. Okay, so that is so far looking symmetrical. Maybe now I just want to do a nice red squiggle. Oh, that's bigger than I was expecting. Maybe another nice red squiggle. But if I do that, I need to have the same squiggles on the other side. So let me do this. Okay, let's see if I can get it looking. Ooh, it's not quite right, but that's okay. We've just got to try as hard as we can to get it perfect. Okay, but that's not quite perfect, but I think that's a pretty good effort. Okay, maybe I want to do something else. Or maybe I'll pop in a nice triangle. So if I'm going to put a triangle just down the bottom here, but if I put one on this side, I have to do exactly the same on the other side, of course. Lovely. So you can build up your picture like that, be as creative as you like, and just have fun with it. Here's just a few more ideas before you get started. Lots of people you might want to cut your paper into the shape of a heart. So if you look at the screen, imagine that's my paper cut into a heart, and then I could put all sorts of things on each side. So maybe I'm going to put a nice yellow squiggle on that side, but if I do it that side, I have to do it on the other side. Do you know, ooh, I think I might actually rub that out. I'm not entirely sure that's very symmetrical. I think you really need, I wasn't careful enough. You really do need to be careful. How about these stars? This star is nice. So I could put a star on this side, and then I put a star in on the other side. Imagine it is being reflected on the other side. Whatever is on one side needs to appear on the other side. So maybe I could put a nice green, maybe I just do a nice green sort of circle over here. If I, oh, that's not a very good circle. If I do that there, I need to have the exact same thing as if it was being reflected on the other side. So, yeah. So that, I think if we folded that in half, opened it up, it would be the same on both sides. Now, here's some pictures that some real children have done. Here's the classic symmetrical picture of a butterfly, and you can actually see on the screen that this child has actually put a mirror down the middle, and you can see it looks like the whole of the butterfly because one side of the butterfly is reflecting in the mirror. Okay, here's another nice one, a nice symmetrical heart done with some paints. Obviously ask before getting paints out. Colouring pencils might be better. This is a really cool way. So this child has made a butterfly but using Lego, and they've made sure it's symmetrical, and one side is a reflection of the other. One side is the same as the other. Okay, and here's a really lovely symmetrical picture, making sure they've got the same things on both sides. And here, last of all, is just a nice symmetrical pattern. So have fun with this. You could do butterflies, hearts, any kind of colourful pattern, anything you like. Okay. Now, if you enjoy doing that and you're enjoying Symmetry, I recommend going on to this game, Top Marks Symmetry Matching Game. We will put the link in the resources. Go on that, have a play, and really enjoy practicing your Symmetry skills. So have fun with this.